हे 300cc आहे.
ओके
ड्युअल डिस्क. इट्स अ मॅक्सी स्कूटर.
ओके
आणि याच्यामध्ये म्हणजे तुम्हाला इट्स अ टुरिंग स्कूटर बेसिकली. 12 लिटरचा फ्यूल टँक आहे. फ्यूल टँक तुमचा पायाच्यामध्ये.
and anyone can ride it. It's so
Yes,
convenient.
it's a tiny scooter, but it's big enough in the engine. Yeah. Maxi scooters, and yes, maxi scooters are coming in the Indian market, and finally my dream is coming true, and this is fucking awesome. Everybody knows, but this is even better. In today's video, I'm doing a weird comparison because the price difference between both of them is almost double. This one comes at a cost of 1,70,000 on road. This is almost 3.5. So let's find out which one is fun, convenient, and mad. Before we begin, subscribe to MotorBeam and don't forget to hit the bell icon. You might have just seen a clip that an uncle just came by during our shoot to check out the scooters. That is the amount of attention both of these scooters ask for, and specifically the Keeway because it comes in a white color. It's not just that. If you see the overall proportions, the Aerox actually looks bigger and bulkier than the Keeway because there are panels, shrouds, and the whole proportions. Everything over here is comparatively bigger except for the heart than the Keeway Vieste 300. Aerox gets 14-inch wheels on both the ends while the Keeway gets 13 inches and the rear tire is a little smaller, and that is one of the main reasons what makes the difference in proportion. And it's not just that, the front face also makes for it because here you've got LED lights, but on the Keeway you've got LED projector lights. The visor on the Keeway is a little big. It covers the cluster right, which is inside, but then there's no visor here. There's a small visor on the handlebar, and the overall build quality in both the scooters is almost the same. However, Yamaha feels a little bit better built compared to the Keeway, for which you pay almost double. On the Yamaha Aerox, yes, the Indian thing is going around, you get halogen indicators, but for the Keeway, since you pay double the price, and yes, I'm gonna say it again and again and again, double the price, you get LED indicators. Now look at the keys of both the scooters. This one is for the Yamaha. It's a scooter's key, but this one is a big key. It's a Porsche's key, but since China thing goes around, Hungarian things go around, the Keeway gets keyless go, and all I have to do is press this, and then I can just turn on the scooter right away. That's it. I have to plug in the key over here, but keyless for just 3.5 lakh rupees. This is probably the cheapest petrol scooter in India to get a keyless go feature. In both the scooters, you get a fuel tank right between your legs, so you're actually standing on a Gulf country. No, not really. But then you get a 5.5 liter fuel tank on the Aerox, and for again double the price, you get double the quantity and a 12 liter tank on the Keeway, which is very, very nice. Now the major difference that comes in both the scooters is the riding posture, the ergonomics, which makes a lot of difference, and the seat height of the Keeway is very, very accessible. It is only at 770 mm, although you'll have to put your leg like this. But then once you are seated, you can actually stretch your leg ahead and leave your back over here, with the handlebar being quite a lot close. So this is very, very comfortable. However, the pillion, not really. Let me show you an example. I have to open the footrest from over here, which is sleeked in nicely, and once he is seated, he almost had a fall, and literally there's no space. He's sitting on me, not on the seat, literally. So space for the rider as well as the pillion, not as much. Only rider, good. And magically my pillion disappears. However, let's jump on the Aerox. This is taller because the seat is also wider, because I can literally flat foot, but almost. You don't get an extended foot area, but this is very, very engaging because you are sitting upright and closer to the handlebar, literally like a motorcycle position. And for the pillion, is it comfortable?
Yes.
So the pillion is actually a bit more comfortable on the Aerox if you are trying to carry one. On the Keeway, it's a solo rider thing going around, and that is the best to have most fun. The seat space and the structure on the Aerox is quite a lot nice. You get enough space, but then the texture is a little slippery. However, the same on the Keeway. The seat is small, but then the texture is rough, and the cushioning is a little bit better comparatively. The seat is sleeker, and you get a good back support compared to the Aerox. And when we talk about the suspension, the winner over here is actually the Aerox, because it gives an overall balance of comfort as well as ride. Here, there's no comfort at all on the Keeway. It's just mad ride and great dynamics. Aerox has good dynamics too, but Keeway has a balance feature that goes around, which helps you take a U-turn without putting your leg down, and that is brilliant. Now, since I've picked up the Aerox, I can definitely say that the 20 kg weight difference between both of them is easily visible. And putting it on a main stand, very easy. However, you will definitely notice that there is no grab rail over here. It is integrated within the body, and for the Keeway you get a proper grab rail which is actually usable. Here you try to find where to hold on to. Here it's easier. Let's hear the exhaust note. And this is what it sounds like, the Keeway Vieste 300. Look at this. Just look at this. Here is a clear example of NVH. Vibrations definitely there. Exhaust note decent. But then when we turn on the Japanese machine, you get a silent starter. And the exhaust note is a lot more numb, but then there are some vibrations going around, and if you heard the noise, that was because of the loose number plate here. The keyhole also has a very good feel, and the buttons over here are actually useful and they work within a single click, unlike the Keeway which needs a proper press, and the switch gear is actually of a better quality compared on the Aerox than to the Keeway. That said, the meter, you get a negative cluster over here, but you get a little more details as compared to the Keeway, because you get a tachometer, trip meter, everything else is there, but you get live mileage too, although the unit is a little bit small. As I come behind to the Keeway, I can definitely notice that there are two analog clusters, like two analog sets for the speedometer as well as the tachometer, and it's not just that, you get a speedometer in the center as well. So overall this is a very good cluster to look at. Details not as much. You get more switches, like you get a hazard light button as well, you get a kill switch too, but then you don't get a start stop system on the Keeway which is present on the Aerox. And yes, for double the money you get heated grips as well. All you have to do is turn on the scooter once, and then you will see the colors here on the lever. It's blue, it's a little bit hot, cyan or Turkish color, then it goes to green, pink and red, which means it is the hottest, and within like 5 seconds you can actually feel the heat. You might even see there's a cable running over here, that is for the heated grips. Little flimsy, but yeah, it's there. Features there. Now you see a lot of bulk on the rear of the Aerox. That is because it's the bigger wheel and the engine having the radiator right over here. Yes, both the scooters are liquid cooled, but then the radiator of the Vieste is not on the engine, it's placed here. Yes, it is more like a motorcycle for a maxi scooter since you pay double the price. The engine on the Aerox, the 155cc liquid cooled motor, we were just a fan of it since the time it had come, and it was by far the best performing scooter for us. But then Keeway did take a step up, because this motor is a 278cc single cylinder liquid cooled which produces 18.7 maybe. That is just 4 bhp difference. But then this one produces 22 Newton meters of torque. That's 10 Newton meters more, almost 10 compared to the Aerox. And that is what takes it further, because the low end and the mid range is very, very nice. Right as you hit 6000 rpm, that is where the torque as well as power band is. And the torque is available from 3000 rpm itself. So this scooter is actually a lot of fun and very immediate in the city. This one has the best low end, but this one has a good top end too. And that said, the Aerox does perform a little bit off and on because the heating issues a little bit there. On the Keeway, it's not as much, but the liquid cooling works decently well. However, there's a temperature gauge which shows you that there are times when the Keeway gets hot in very hot conditions too. With great power comes great responsibility, and yes, both the scooters are great in terms of that. However, the Aerox, I had been complaining since the last time, and I have been complaining again, the brakes are not the best, because this scooter just shoots, but when you have to stop, you get only a single disc at the front, and rear is a drum unit with just single channel ABS. While the same on the Keeway, the braking setup is just mad, because since you pay double the price, you get double discs, that is front as well as the rear, as well as dual channel ABS. So yes, double price justified. The moment you open the seat of the Aerox, you do realize the button and the seat quality is good enough, but then there is space right inside. And with the full face helmet kept upside down, the boot actually shuts. Now that is something that is actually not possible on the Keeway. And when I say this, you pay double the price, but the space is not double. All you have to do is press the button. Since I have the key next to me, then press the seat, see a push there, and keep it upside down or keep it straight this way. The underseat storage is only good enough for a half face helmet, not a full face one, and that, my friend, is disappointing. When my camera person said that the Aerox badi to har angle se dikh rahi hai, I couldn't deny the fact that the Aerox actually seems a lot more value for money when you compare it to the Keeway, because for just 1.7 lakhs you get good enough performance, good mileage as well, a very good scooter overall. And yes, I did forget to mention that you get Yamaha Connect, where you can connect the app and do all of that bullshit with the Yamaha scooter. Keeway has nothing like that. That said, for double the price, almost 3.4, 3.5 lakhs, Keeway misses out on a few things, but the engine performance, the overall ride and handling balance, and the way the scooter looks, you get a lot more head turns as compared to the Aerox. That's it. I actually like the Keeway, but Aerox is VFM. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're considering a scooter, if not the C400 GT for BMW, this Hungarian scooter is definitely there to impress. Thank you. Bye-bye.